Hi friends, this is Dainty Tank. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to Please Be Happy. This is part 3 in our series of Gay-SMR. Video game. It's a Yuri visual novel, and I have a cute little kitty in my lap. That's why I'm not using my other arm. Because he is adorable and absolutely welcome here. But we are going back into our series of cuteness.
Ooh, I needed that break. Back to it.
Who are you and why are you groaning? Bystander. So last time we left off, we met Tommy, who is having his parents go through a divorce right now, which is rough. But we got to meet Gerby, who is a fabled, who's absolutely precious, by the way. And we also met Aspen, who spilled our fairy kiss chiller. Hi, sir. You're standing. This is Pixel. Cat ASMR. Gay Cat ASMR. Welcome to the Dainty Tank channel. Subscribe for more of this. And we also met someone in the library, and now we're planning to go back and steal. But first, I want to go to Cuba Street. They say the perp always returns to the scene of crime, so I head back to the main streets. By the looks of it, the store I swiped from is the same as always. The person sweeping in the front of the store doesn't even seem a little bit stressed. Not that we're stealing enough for it to be noticeable, but it's always a point of pride when the place looks the same as always the next day. Smug smile creeps on my face as I pass by, snacking on the chocolate bar I took from their shelves. Okay. So that's done. I can't do the library yet. I can do the den real quick. Without much else to do to pass time, I head back to my den. It's not the best place to hang around, honestly, but it's comfortable enough. Looking around the small area, I shift back in my usual form. I love the sound. If I have to kill sometime, I might as well have fun while I'm doing it. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. A couple hours later, I'm happily had my fill of chasing butterflies and snacking on mushrooms. Okay, time to get back to it. Alright, I guess we're going to Mount Victoria. I had plenty of time to kill and also plenty of restless energy. Decided to go for a walk up Mount Victoria, just to give myself something to do. I take the long way up this time, instead of taking a bunch of shortcuts like usual. It winds through neighborhoods and then back again, the only occasional car passing by on the street. Compared to some of the other cities I've been in lately, the air here is a lot cleaner. The smell of nature shines through. It can't compare to being out in the wild, for real, of course, but it's nice to not be choking on exhaust fumes everywhere I go. The houses are weird, though. Many of them sit up on tall legs, like giant bugs with windows for eyes. Most people seem to be coming down the mountain than going up. More people seem to be coming down than going up. Lots of them zip past on bikes or skateboards, while others are jogging or just walking.
This path is longer than I thought.
Yeah. About halfway up or so, there's a wooden bench, just off the sidewalk. It's occupied by a man with dark hair and big glasses. As I'm about to pass by, he waves!
Well, hello, miss. Nice evening for a walk, eh?
Okay, hi. Is he talking to me? He must be because there's no one else nearby. Chatting usually is not my thing, but for a moment I appreciate the distraction.
It sure is! I'm glad the rain's gone.
Oh, for now, yeah. It's never gone for long, though, is it?
That's so! I'm new here. I didn't even think it would rain since it was so sunny the day before.
Ho, you've gotta watch out for that around here. Mother Nature's real fickle these days.
Alrighty, whoever you are.
1 minute you're on the pier, enjoying the sunshine. Next minute, whoosh!
He makes a whoosh sound with his breath and a wavy motion with his hand.
Storm clouds, as far as the eye can see. That's just Welly for you, though. You live with the sunshine and the clouds.
Uh-huh.
Where are you from, then? Guessing you're not a Kiwi?
Nah, I'm a fox, not a bird.
Kiwi the bird. Which is true. The Kiwis are named after the bird on New Zealand. The man laughs, a deep belly laugh, like usual. I'm not sure what I said that was funny.
Not like that. Although those little guys are cute. A Kiwi is a word for us New Zealanders in general.
So it's a bird, a fruit, and people.
Yep.
You've got it. All three are delightful. Anyway, welcome to Wellington. I hope you're enjoying your time here in our little city.
So far I am. I made my den here on the mountain. I've gotten coffee a few times, and I went to the library.
I conveniently leave out my plans for next time I'm in the library.
Well, I can't say that's the usual tourist experience, but I'm happy to hear that it's working out for you. Staying long?
Probably. I decided to come live here, but I'm still getting to know the place. So, maybe I'll change my mind.
Maybe. Sorry, sir. Now is the time. Is now, right now, the time. Apparently it is. Let's turn this back up a little bit.
A true free spirit, eh?
Yep.
I felt the same way when I first got here, long time ago. Didn't think I'd settle down for life, but here I am now. Lived more years here than everywhere else in my life.
That's good.
It can't be that long. You don't look very old for a human.
No? Well, that's my ego boost for the day. You don't look very old for a fox either, but I imagine you've got a good head start on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I don't really keep track or think about it, though.
He laughs again.
Can't say I blame you there. I think 100 years, give or take a little on either side, is enough for me. And I'm only halfway there, so I've got plenty more to look forward to.
Good for you. He stands up, but has to do it slowly.
And sometimes I'm reminded of how many I've got under my belt already. Thank you for the chat, miss. I better get back to the water now and make sure young Min hasn't fallen into the ocean or anything. It's been a real pleasure talking with you, though. I hope you'll give our fair town a shot.
Thanks. It was nice talking to you, too.
And I mean that for once. He waves goodbye as he heads down some stone steps, and I keep heading upwards. I've never really thought about my age compared to humans. Humans don't matter to my lifestyle. I wasn't lying when I said I don't know how old I am. It's never been important. Places, relationships, memories, they just tie people down. I want to be everywhere. When I reach the top of the mountain, I keep a deep breath of crisp air. The wind blows my hair in every direction. I can't help. I can't keep it out of my face. The wind is wild and goes where it wants. Doesn't answer to anyone. That's how I've lived my life too. A free spirit. That's what the man called me, and I like the sound of it. I can see the smudges of a few people down by the beach, on the pier. Is one of them the man I just met? There's no way to know. From up here, they're just tiny little blips. Impossible to tell apart from each other. Once I've had my fill of the view, it's time to get on my way again. Turn my back on the people and start making my way down once more. It's time! When the moon is high in the sky, I decide it's time. Is it time, sir? It's the perfect kind of night for me. There's not much wind, meaning I'll be able to hear or smell anyone approaching. It's a little cloudy too, which gives me some cover from the moonlight. Make my way up. Back up to the library, stopping as soon as I'm within eyesight of... You're not helping. You are not. You're adorable, but you're 0% helping right now. Oh my god. Thank you. Sorry guys. Thank you for the patience. It's pixel time. I got pixelated. Make my way up to the library, stopping as soon as I'm within sight of it. Find a shadowy place to hide and watch the front for a few minutes. Like I hope nobody goes in or out. All the windows are dark too. Slowly creep up towards the entrance, ready to transform and flee if I have to. Nothing happens. No one tries to stop me. I peek into one of the windows. It's dark inside and I can't see anyone at all. Perfect. I move around to the back side of the building and check those windows too. Same thing, it's dark and empty.
This is gonna be too easy.
Back at the front door. Oh my god! Ow! Alright, nope. No more lap. That hurt. I know. Sorry about that. Back at the front door, I pick the lock and slip inside. I sneak from room to room, revisiting the items I memorized yesterday. They're not expensive or fancy enough to think of them as treasures. I end up leaving a lot of them alone, since I don't want to carry too much with me. The rest go into my coat pockets. Finally, I end up back at the painting in the corner, piece that started this whole plan. I have to set a couple things down on the floor, because the painting needs both hands for me to lift it. It's heavier than it looks, though not very big. It's probably a good sign for how much it'll be worth. I have to jiggle it a couple times to get it off the hook, but I manage. Tucking the painting under one arm, I pick up the other goods from the floor. This should be enough for one night. Best to get in and get out quick. Start to head out the front door where I came in. Before I get there, lights flood the room. My heart starts to race as I immediately prepare to run. A quick glance over my shoulder shows the woman from last night standing at the top of the stairs. Her eyes are glowing blue with anger. She takes a step forward, not seeming to touch the stairs.
Leave that painting alone!
I gotta get out of here, now! Throwing caution to the wind, I clutch my spoils tight and charge for the door, trying to make myself as small a target as possible. The painting is too big for me to transform and still hold on to it, so I gotta do this on two legs.
Stop! Please!
I don't stop. Just like my rifle here with the guards at the skyport, the thrill of being chased is already taken over. It's exciting and scary at the same time, but either way, it spurs me to move faster. Using my shoulder, I crash out the front door and into the night. I run as quickly as I can, keeping an eye out for patches of slick mud or puddles of water. The path I take goes far past Mount Victoria and my den, ending up in a small residential area. I stash the painting under a parked car, and then take my fox form and crawl under the house, setting a mean gray cat who was already hiding there. Makes a low growling sound, and I glare at it, desperately willing it to be silent before it gives away my position. I growl back as best I can, and it seems to scare it into shutting up. I'm not sure if I'm being followed or not, but I don't want to take any chances. After 10 minutes or so, I climb out, pick up my loot, sneak back towards my den. Now that the excitement has worn off, I just can't keep a smile on my face. There's nothing more satisfying than pulling off a heist, even one as easy as this. Other thieves I've heard about must have had it rough, having to stake out a place for a long time, trying really hard to not get caught, making sure not to be seen. I've never done such planning. I just do whatever feels right. My ability to transform makes it pretty hard to catch me, although I have had to leave behind the stuff I was taking once or twice. And honestly, it would get boring if I never got caught and had to run. My good mood lasts me all the way home, then disappears completely when I see who's waiting for me. The woman in white. Hi. Move myself down. Boop. Sorry. Boop. She stands just outside my den, looking like she doesn't care at all about the cold or the mud. In fact, her perfect clothes don't seem to get dirty at all. With her back turned to me, she's staring up at the moon, but she faces me as I approach. She has the same calm presence as when I first saw her, but I can't see a mournful look in her eyes, which has gone back to brown instead of a furious blue. My heart quickens, almost suffocatingly, as she watches me intently. I know how quickly calm can turn to anger. I should run, but I can't look away.
How did you find me here? Before I even got back?
A friend of mine told me you might be found here.
A friend. Her voice is soft and warm, unlike the way she shouted back at the library.
A friend.
But who? I wasn't followed, I'm sure of that much. With the shock of being found wearing off, the realization I'll need to find a new place to stay sets in. After all that work, too?
I apologize for showing up uninvited. I'm here to ask that you please return that painting to me. You may keep the frame if you'd like, but the painting itself is very dear to me.
I look down at the portrait. I've been carrying it for a while now, but I haven't given the picture itself much thought. It's a beautiful painting, and clearly very old. The girl shown in it is wearing a long, flowing dress, looking down with a small smile.
And also...
She breathes out slowly, and my eyes narrow. It's a sound people make when they're acting calm, but they're angry.
Should you want it, I have an extra room available in my library, with a soft bed and a warm meal. You may stay as long as you wish.
Huh?
I was about to say, she just stole from you. After I tried to rob her, she's offering me a place to stay? Okay, now I know this has to be a trap. There's no way. Although, it's the same thing she asked me last night before I broke in. I'm sure she doesn't remember that.
Why?
Because I have more beds than I could possibly fill, and more food than I could eat. If there is someone who wants or needs them, is it not appropriate to share these with them?
That's great, honestly. Yes. You are awesome.
Is it?
Yes. Yes. Take it. Take it. Just take it. Your den's been found, plus it's muddy and cold. I'm not sure what answer she wants to hear. She looks at me again, the same expression as it was at the library. Well, her offer does sound kind of tempting.
I guess it's not like my place is as nice as yours.
Not anymore, at least, after it rained and made half of it mud. I looked down at the painting again. If I sold it, it's gonna be so I could buy the same things she's offering me. I still don't trust her. I've watched people enough to know better than that. There must be something she wants. I don't think she wants to hurt me. She knows I don't have anything worth stealing. If she did try to pull something, I could just run away. It's only one night. I could come back and try again and find someplace else to take form. I look down to the burrow past where she's standing. It looks less of a den and more a pile of mud. The thought of sleeping there again practically makes that decision for me. Yeah.
Fine, I'll take it.
She breathes out slowly and smiles. Maybe that sound doesn't mean she's angry?
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. I should introduce myself properly. My name is Juliet. May I ask what yours is?
Hello, Juliet.
Miho.
I've had to introduce myself twice in a day now. This has to be a new record.
Well, Miho, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Let's return to the library. I can carry the painting if you'd like. Or you may hold on to it until we get there.
I shrug.
Here, feel free.
Oh. She retrieves it very gently, and I quickly fall in beside her as we begin our walk back. To my relief, she doesn't try to make any conversation. Instead, she silently cradles the painting as we go. When we get back to the library, the lights are off and the door is still unlocked. After settling the painting down on the desk, Juliet gestures towards the stairs.
It's on the 2nd floor.
I follow her lead until she stops at one of the closed doors. I was about to say, isn't that person right there in the middle the same person from the painting? She unlocks it and lets me in. The room is simple and cozy, with a couple dressers, a table, and a bed. Over the bed, there's a boxy window with a wide sill, big enough to sit upon. On the table, there's a cheese sandwich and a few apple slices, plus some sort of cake. There's also a pitcher of water.
I hope the food is to your liking. 2 rooms down the hall from here, you'll find a refrigerator, and you may help yourself to anything in there. My study is just past that. If you need anything, don't hesitate to come find me. Is there anything more I can bring for you?
I shake my head, still in disbelief. What am I even supposed to say to a situation like this? I just stole from her, and now I have both bed and food in return? As if to answer my confusion, she gives me a calm smile and doesn't help.
Then I'll leave you to it. We can speak again in the morning. Good night, Miho.
Good night, Miho. The door shuts behind her, and I expect to hear Juliet lock it, but when I try the knob after giving her a few moments, the door opens quietly into the dark hall. Juliet's nowhere to be seen. Pull the door back shut behind me and inspect the room, looking for any hidden threats. I also check the food, sniffing it to make sure there's no poison or anything. If there is, I can't smell it, so I dig in instead.
Whoa. This is really good.
I was about to say, cheese sandwich? More cheese? Yes. Yes. Plus apple slices? Heck yeah. There's 3 different kinds of cheese in the sandwich, which is 2 more kinds than I knew existed. The bread is soft and buttery, and when I take a bite out of the apple, juice rolls down my chin. The water that I wash it down with tastes better than the water from the stream by my den. When I'm done eating, I climb into bed, still feeling overwhelmed, more specifically not knowing how to feel. Part of me fears that I've made some gigantic mistake and that I'll wake up in danger, if I ever wake up at all. Trusting my instincts has kept me alive on multiple occasions and for hundreds of years, enough that I've lost count of exactly how many. But something tells me I don't have anything to fear from the woman, who I can only assume is my host and the owner of this place. So with that in mind, I pull the blankets up to my chin and adjust the luxurious pillows beneath my head. Who knows, maybe the morning will bring trouble with it. But right now, just sleeping sounds alright. Aww. I wake up to the sound of birds chirping loudly outside. Blinking warily, I prop myself up and look towards the warm sunlight beaming through the window. The sheets under my hand feel soft and dry. My hand goes to my neck, taking in the smooth familiarity of my necklace.
It's still here.
Yeah. So is it the necklace or is it the scroll that gives you the power? I think it's probably your necklace, but don't know why the scroll is valuable. Besides the fact that it was given to Miho by the person who originally went and saw her. If someone's going to rob me, the only thing I have that would seem valuable. I sit up and look around. Doesn't look like anyone came in while I was asleep. Maybe I really am safe here. I wonder if Juliet's friend was the scent I noticed outside my den on the first morning. I don't know how else she could have found me, or how they did it without waking me up. If it happened before, it could happen again, as much as I hate to admit it. So I check around the room very thoroughly, and still don't notice anything different from when I went to bed.
Maybe it's not a trick.
Maybe. All my past experiences have told me that there has to be a catch. Nothing is free. Nothing. But no matter how hard I try, can't figure out what it could be. Could Juliet really have been telling the truth? It just seems so unlikely. It'd be nice if it were true. But if it wasn't, if I let myself believe, only to be wrong in the end, that would hurt even more, wouldn't it? No, better to not even take the risk. After all, I've lived a lot of years this way. It's not like I hate it. Making my mind up helps me feel better right away too. It just makes more sense. Even if I tried to stay, I don't think I'll ever stop worrying. This way, I'll know for sure that I'm in charge of my own destiny. Now that I know this room is unoccupied, I might be able to sneak back in sometimes when I need a place to stay. It wouldn't be too hard to climb out of the trees and get to the window from here. Take one last look around for just a night. It was a nice what if. Then I head downstairs and out the door without speaking a word to anyone. It's another nice day, same as when I first arrived in Wellington. Warm sun and blue skies with just a hint of clouds. For a while I meander around the town, eating the last of my pastries from the convenience store hall for breakfast. Today feels like another restart. I have no den, no supplies, no anything. It's less exciting now than it was when I first arrived. I don't have a destination in mind, but eventually end up at the waterfront. There's an airship over the bay, descending closer towards the sky port. A couple of kids down on the beach wave at it, seeming excited. People arriving on that ship all have somewhere that they're planning to go when they get off, huh? They've all got people waiting to see them. What have I got? Some trash and an old scroll. So far, Wellington's given me nothing but questions. But nothing's bothered me before in any of the other cities I've been to, so why now? Guess that's another question for the pile. I push myself off the railing and head back into town. I go through the motions of scouting for somewhere to rebuild my den, but my heart really isn't in it. After wandering for a while, I ended up at the Bell House yet again. It's just a place I go when I have nowhere else to go. There are more customers than usual, so there are 2 people working behind the counter. It only takes a brief glance to notice that one of them is Aspen. I wonder if she'll think I'd like a fairy kiss chiller again. Or maybe I'll make a different sort of first impression today. The line moves pretty quickly. It helps that Aspen doesn't spill anything this time. So it's my turn to order. I step up to the counter with a fake smile.
Oh, hello. What can I make for you today? I'll have a fairy kiss chiller, please. Certainly. Good choice.
I reach for my wallet to pay, but she stops me.
Oh, don't worry about that. It's on the house today. Great! What does that mean? It means that you don't have to pay for it. As an apology for yesterday.
For yesterday. Aspen remembers. Yesterday? Was that sound so strange? I never missed her talking. My mind has tripped over the word. She reaches for a cup, the pen already in her hand.
And that's for Miho, right?
Uh-huh.
For Miho?
My name? She remembers my name? My heart begins to race wildly, my body reacting just as strongly as my mind. Aspen frowns, clearly noticing that something's off. My head is in too much of a daze to deal with it, though.
It is Miho, right?
She checks the notebook on the counter, brow furrowing deeply as her finger slowly moves over the page and taps on one of the lines. What do I say? How do I explain? This is the first time in my life, for the first time in hundreds of years, someone remembered my name? It's not supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be forgotten. Every time. Without fail. It's my armor. It's my life. Take a step backwards. I have to run. I have to get out here. I have to get away. But where to? It's just been running. I don't have anywhere else to run to. I don't have any other choice. Without plan or destination. I turn on my heel and bolt outside. Not daring to look back. Everything is wrong. I have to go.
Miho!
She calls my name again as I disappear into the street. It's not the first time I've heard that. As I fled. But never like this. Never with such a confused worried tone. Feeling sick to my stomach, I push myself to run even faster. Maybe I should just leave this whole city, get on the next airship out of here, and act like it never happened. I could go anywhere else, back to China or America or anywhere, and start all over again. Within days, it'd be like I never even came to Wellington. And life would go back to normal, and eventually, I'm sure Aspen and Juliet would forget me, just like they're supposed to. Nothing would be different. Except that's not quite true. I wouldn't forget what happened here, even if everyone else did. No matter what, I'm sure I won't ever be able to get past these few days out of my mind. When I get to Mount Victoria, I finally stop running. Not because this place is special or because I wanted to come here, but because I don't know where else to go. I make my way up to the top of the mountain, just like I did on my first day. The view, which I admired so much last time, doesn't do much for me now. Instead, the city looks cluttered and confused from up here. My chest hurts from running so long. I'm much more used to quick bursts of sprinting to get away from something or someone. I guess that's still what I'm trying to do now, but I'm not too sure what it is that I'm running from. Whenever something goes wrong, my first instinct is to flee. Aspen remembering me definitely counts as something wrong. But when I stop to think about why, some of the reasons were obvious. Mostly, what if it's not just Aspen? What if everyone can remember me now? Or even worse, what if people who forgot about me a long time ago start to remember me? Both could get me in a lot of trouble. My days as a thief would probably be over. There are some places I could never show my face again. The smart thing to do is to leave. I can even see a couple airships at the skyport right now. I have everything with me. I could just go. There's nothing keeping me here. And yet, I don't move. I still don't even know what it is I'd be running from. From Aspen? From Wellington? When I think about it, I'll have to admit the running wouldn't get me anywhere. This worry, these questions would follow me wherever I go, no matter how far and how long. So then, what do I do? The only answer I can think of is the scariest one. The one that goes against everything I've ever learned. Closing my eyes, I picture the library and Juliet's offer. I picture Aspen, who I barely know, but who's already changed my life. Maybe I should stay and try to find out more. Maybe, just maybe, being remembered might not be all bad? I clench my fist so tightly my knuckles turn white. The urge to turn tail and head for the sky part is so strong. It's almost like a magnet pulling me there. I resisted, though. Slowly, I walk back down the mountain, making my way to the library. I'm not sure what to say when I get there. Explain everything to Juliet. I hope she'll let me stay in that room again. I don't even need the room. I could rebuild my den and hide out here, maybe in a new spot, one that Juliet doesn't even know about. Not having to worry about the weather or other animals would be nice, though. There's no telling if Juliet would remember me, too. If not, it might be easier to pretend this is the first time visiting. Just ask if there's anywhere I could stay. Even though I'm not moving very fast, I still don't feel ready for the conversation by the time I reach the library's entrance. It's only been an hour or so since I left the bell house, so it's not late enough for the library to be closed. The usual stream of people flows in and out the doors.
Okay, I can do this.
You can do this. I stand off to the side of the entrance, preparing myself as people pass to and fro. My heart is racing the same way it does when there's a tense break-in, maybe even harder. My tail twitches back and forth. Usually I don't notice, but right now, I'm super aware of everything about myself. Fighting off my instincts, I open the door and let myself inside. I had been expecting to have to look for Juliet, but instead she's right by the entrance. What surprises me most, however, is the woman leaning against the large desk beside her. Aspen, who's now engaged in conversation with a look of deep concern on her face.
Wasn't there when I checked the bedroom. I wish she would have spoken to me first, at least.
Uh-huh. I barely catch the end of Juliet's sentence. She notices me only moments after I spot her, and for a second her mouth forms a perfect O in surprise. Oh.
Juliet? What are you...
Aspen turns around to follow Juliet's gaze, her eyes opening wide at the sight of me.
Miho!
I love the voice acting. My brain goes blank, rehearsed lines flying out of my head.
Hey there.
I slink over to where they are standing, hands in my pockets, unsure of what I should say first.
It's nice to see you again, Miho. I was hoping that you'd return.
Me too. That was pretty sudden. I worked extra hard on that drink for you, you know.
I freeze up looking at the words. Aspen's expression softens. in
Miho?
concern.
All right, the drink. I'm sorry.
Well, I ended up drinking it myself, so I suppose I can't complain too much.
That's good. She laughs and I can't stop myself from blurting out my next words.
You seem different.
I'm sorry?
Like, less polite.
Well, I'm not at work anymore, am I?
What am I even saying? What was I planning on saying again?
Will you be staying for a while, Miho? If so, we can continue this conversation in the dining room. It's a bit more private there.
Juliet takes charge of the conversation effortlessly, and I accidentally sigh in relief.
Yeah, sure. That sounds great. I'm not gonna run away again.
I'm glad to hear that. Right this way, then.
Juliet leads the way down the hall and into one of the locked rooms. We enter a cozy little room with a table and a few chairs, as well as a fridge. The three of us sit down, although I move my chair so I'm not so close to the others.
Can I get you anything to eat or drink, Miho?
I shake my head. I'm hungry, but I'm way too nervous to eat. Juliet smiles in response to my answer, which came a little too quickly to sound natural. By the way, both she and Aspen are looking at me. I can tell they're expecting me to say something first. None of the words that I planned are coming to me. What do people even say in a situation like this? I'm sorry, friends, but I've never actually been remembered in all of my life. Maybe this is new. The temptation to run away is overwhelming, and the door just a few feet behind me. My knuckles whiten as I tightly clench my fists in my lap, pushing myself to resist the urge. I told myself that I'm going to take this chance. Even if it's the hardest thing I've ever done, I'm going to be honest with them.
Well...
I struggle to think of what to say. Juliet waits patiently, her eyes gazing coolly in my direction. More than directly at mine. Aspen soon grows restless, however, her expression clouded with concern.
Sorry. I don't know how to just say things. I've only ever copied other people's, so
Aspen's expression clears up in some sort of understanding.
It's okay, Miho. Take your time.
Yeah, I mean, you literally have mimicked your whole life, so, like, fair.
So I don't really know how to talk like this.
You're doing just fine.
If you say so. It's not just talking either. I don't know much about anything. Well, anything human. All I really know about is being a fox. And all we foxes care about is how to survive.
Valid?
It might be hard to believe, but I'm not a normal fox either. There's something kinda special about me. Kinda different.
I finger the beads around my neck. That their constant warmth and presence is reassuring. I avoid looking at either Aspen or Juliet's face. What else?
Usually, I have to steal to get by. I don't just have to, I like to. I'm good at it too. That's how I ended up meeting Juliet. And the reason I'm so good at it is because I don't know why it happens, but ever since I got my human form, everyone forgets me. Even the people who catch me stealing from them. After a day or two, I can walk right past their face and they wouldn't even recognize me. No one has ever recognized me. Until Aspen remembered who I was at the Bell House. It was such a shock that I ran away. That's what I always do. I was thinking about leaving Wellington forever, even though I just arrived a couple days ago. I'm still kind of tempted. But instead, I came back here. And that's it.
Thank you. That's all valid. That was a very vulnerable moment. I'm very proud of you, Miho. Just hearing the words coming out of my mouth makes me want to die of embarrassment. Makes me uncomfortable when other people think about me. And yet, putting everything out there feels surprisingly good. It feels like a weight has come off my shoulders. There's no going back now, and there's a relief in its own way.
So you're saying that you've never ever had a family? Or a friend?
Indirectly, yes. But like, kinda specifically, no one has specifically ever remembered her. So yes, in a way.
Nope, never. And not since I stopped being a regular fox, at least.
Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Why?
Well, because that's... not to be rude, but that sounds rather lonely to me.
I was about to say.
Lonely, huh? I've never thought about it before.
Kinda lonely, yes, but very freeing. Like, Miho lived a very free life.
I see.
Aspen sits back, still looking concerned from the way she keeps fidgeting. Get the impression she wants to say more, but holding back. Juliet swoops in to salvage the situation.
You have been very brave to stay here, Miho. I'm personally glad that you decided to come back to the library. I had your room prepared in hopes that you would. You're welcome to use it for as long as you'd like. I think that we could become great friends.
Friends.
Yeah, she doesn't know that one. Roll the word around in my mouth. Roll the word around in my mind as if it were strange food I'm gingerly trying. Is that a word that fits me? Is that something I could have? It's never seemed like a possibility before. None of what Juliet's offered me has. Right now, it feels like I'm standing at the end of one path and the beginning of another. I could turn around and go back the way I came, back to the den and life spins alone. Know that world. I've lived in it for so many years. But I can't just go back. No. Not when there has been something more, something new. Everything could be different if I just let it. When I look at Aspen and Juliet, I can tell what they're hoping I'll say.
I think I'd like that.
Big smiles take over both of their faces. Slowly, I let myself smile too.
Well then, Miho. Welcome home.
Welcome home. It's the title screen! A Life Worth Living, Chapter 2. Oh, with the rainbow? That's so pretty. Oh my god. I love all of this. I'm gonna pause us there. I know this is a brand new chapter. Oh my god, this is chapter 2. So let me know your thoughts down below. This is brand new content. Ooh, it's so cool. With that, I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.